about a word and to show how much impact one word has. That word is idea. An idea is a concept. It's something that starts in the mind and it may externalize itself eventually. And you can put an idea in an idiot's head, and that idea would die. It would become paralyzed. Or you can put that idea in a genius's head, and that idea would become something. I remember many times in my life, I've approached people, and I had this idea or that idea. In my way of looking at things, it seemed to me as though that the idea that I would present to particular people at particular times, it seemed to me that my idea would work provided it rested in the right place. An idea is like a seed. In other words, you take a seed and you can put it in a certain kind of soil, and that seed will not grow. Or you can take a seed and you put it in a special kind of soil, and then that seed will grow to be a big watermelon, or a big cantaloupe, or a big tomato. So it's important where you put an idea, or where you place an idea once you get the idea. I remember not too many years ago when I was in Los Angeles, and I wanted to talk about a word and to show how much impact one word has. That word is idea. An idea is a concept. It's something that starts in the mind and it may externalize itself eventually. And you can put an idea in an idiot's head, and that idea would die. It would become paralyzed. Or you can put that idea in a genius's head, and that idea would become something. I remember many times in my life, I've approached people, and I had this idea or that idea. In my way of looking at things, it seemed to me as though that the idea that I would present to particular people at particular times, it seemed to me that my idea would work provided it rested in the right place. An idea is like a seed. In other words, you take a seed and you can put it in a certain kind of soil, and that seed will not grow. Or you can take a seed and you put it in a special kind of soil, and then that seed will grow to be a big watermelon, or a big cantaloupe, or a big tomato. So it's important where you put an idea, or where you place an idea once you get the idea. I remember not too many years ago when I was in Los Angeles. So, and I've already indicated to you the millions of people from two different regions being transported. I've already made that a point to you. Look at the economy. Look at how many jobs would be created in that effort. other people who are concerned about humanity, Musa Cohen Consulting USA invites you to join our campaign. So what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? We're creating jobs. In that one instant, in the one instant that we transport, that whole aspect of transporting 1 million of one population and another million of another population to another area, look at the jobs being created. Okay. Now, of course, initially, I indicated that $1 million would be all that we need. But be realistic. Be realistic. Be realistic. Look at the things that we were doing for humanity. We need $10 million. We need 10 million American dollars to install this plan. What do we do with $10 million? We need media experts. We need media analysis. We need computer experts. We need to be housed. We need transportation. We need teachers. One part of Musa Corner Consulting USA involves the education of the young children, which would be the activity, the major activity of our Rwanda satellite. We'll be training young minds in drama and theatrics. We're going to open up a school especially designed for dramatics and theater arts in Rwanda. And we will be training and teaching children the performing arts. In Uganda, we will have a studio where we mass produce music, mass produce entertainment that's done over the internet. In Kenya, we produce plays and produce and promote movies that are created by Kenyan writers. While we're producing movies in Kenya and producing children's plays in Rwanda, we'll be manufacturing music in our Uganda studios. And we will start marketing. Movies, marketing music. We'll be marketing people who are in the entertainment business. In Rwanda, we need money to pay for the school, to get the building, to pay out instructors. Of course, I can train them all. In Uganda, we need money to build our studios and pay for the maintenance of our personnel, engineers, to help us in the recording industry. time, you got 1 million Americans traveling around Africa, entertaining, befriending the African people. At the same time, you got 1 million Africans traveling around in America, entertaining Americans and making friends. Look at the money aspect of it. It would be an economic boom. Money would be falling from the skies. We're not going to discriminate against you because you're a homosexual. Are you concerned about humanity? Join us. That's just an aspect of Musa American. That's why I have this corporation. If you've been following me, you see that basically I'm concerned with art, the entertainment industry, artists, singers, dancers. Where in both cases you would have dancers and artists shipped from one region to the other. You said, okay, then what? Well, first of all, you're making friends in both cases. Second of all, now this is for the U.S. only. You're securing some allies. You know we got a lot of enemies. So why not secure as many African governments as possible to work with us in this venture? Of course, Musa Corner Consulting needs $1 million. That's nothing. You got basketball players, football players. They spend $1 million in 1 week. All we need to help the American government in international relations is $1 million American dollars. Chump change. Any professional athlete in the U.S. makes that's chump change to him. So $1 million is not much to ask for. But do you know how far $1 million would go between Boston, Uganda, Rwanda, and Kenya? It'll go a long way. What do we need $1 million for? Well, we have to pay staff. We have to pay staff here in America. We have to pay staff in the 3 countries that are where I have agents who are working with me. Okay, you say, well, I done gave you stage 1. 1 million Americans artists go to Africa, and 1 million African artists go to America. Okay, that's the social thing. But underlying that social thing is a political thing. What is the politics behind it? The politics behind it is to mitigate, to lessen, to decrease the influence of Russia and China in Africa. That's a political motive. And it's not so expensive. See, the thing is, okay, it's something greater than thou is with me. Because what I do, I just wake up and the path that's already made for me. I'm just walking a path that's already made. I only wake up in the morning and just walk a path that's already there. It's a long story. I'll deal with that in another lecture. Okay, let's deal with the issues. Let's deal with the issues that's stopping us from doing what needs to be done. Look, America. Look. We have to stop trying to push things down people's throats. Time is running short. I'm not, what do they say, homophobic? Look, I have homosexuals in my family. I'm not anti-homophobic. It's just irrational. Now we're talking about reason. All you're talking about is instituting homosexuality throughout the world, when there are so many other things in the world that we could be doing. I'm not necessarily against a homosexual. He's a human being. God created him, I didn't. But I'm saying, guys, you gay guys as you call yourselves, do what you please with your body. It's your body. But may I do as I please with mine? And I'm not going to say to you that you have to do what I do. So why did you have to say to me that I have to do what you do? That's the issue here. Okay, I would prefer to talk about this corporation, this international corporation. We're talking about African intellectuals. We're talking about American intellectuals. We're talking about African businessmen. We're talking about American businessmen working together. Scientists, artists. What are we trying to do? Perpetrate peace. Perpetrate peace, not war. Even though the war is coming. Now, America, think about it. Think about it. Why is it so important for you to send your diplomacy all over the world, telling people that that men should get fucked in the ass?